Good morning, students. And today we are here with the eighth part of Indian Polity for Combined Defense Services and AFCAT exams. Whatever exam your friends or you are preparing for, if there is a general knowledge section, I think Indian Polity will form a very important part of that exam. So let's begin. The first question for today is: who is the highest law officer in the nation? So the options are Advocate General, Attorney General, Solicitor General, or Comptroller and Auditor General. So CAG, the Comptroller and Auditor General, is really not a law officer, rather he is an audit officer. He heads the Indian Audits and Account Service, and rest three are law officers. Among them, the highest one is the Attorney General, who is appointed at the central level, at the union government level. The Advocate General is appointed at the state level, and the Solicitor General is junior to the Attorney General at the union level. There are also additional Solicitor Generals. So, moving on to the next question: which article refers to the Advocate General of India? So, the Advocate General of India is referred to in Article 165 of the Indian Constitution. Actually, Advocate General is that of state, not of India. So, each state can have its own. Moving on, which among the following is not among the powers of the governor? So the governor has no power to pardon a death sentence, that he cannot remove the complete punishment. He can maybe commute it, he can give some reprieve, but he cannot fully pardon it. That rests with the president. What does the 7th Amendment Act 1956 refer to? So the 7th Amendment Act refers to the fact that the same person can be appointed as governor of more than one state by the President of India. How much notice is to be provided to the governor before instituting civil proceedings against him? So, interesting thing to note is that the governor cannot be, we cannot institute criminal proceedings against him. He has legal immunity in that regard, but the civil proceeding can be instituted against him by giving a notice of 2 months. Okay, moving on. In which of the following years Subhash Chandra Bose presided over the Indian National Congress session? So Subhash Chandra Bose presided 2 years consecutively, 1938 at Haripura and then again in 1939. And then he had a row with Congress and Mahatma Gandhi, and he was forced out of the Congress, and then the All India Forward Bloc was founded. So moving on, which one of the following statements is not correct in the Indian context? So there are 245 members in Rajya Sabha, correct. Lok Sabha is called the lower house, correct. Rajya Sabha is called the upper house, correct. What's not correct is one person cannot be appointed as governor of more than one state, as we saw just now. The schedules associated with the administration of scheduled areas and tribes. So the correct answer is 5th and 6th schedules. The 5th schedule is for the normal scheduled areas and tribes. 6th schedule refers to those tribal areas which are in the northeastern states, particularly 4 northeastern states. Now, which 4 are those states? Please answer in the comment. That is your assignment. Moving on. Who is to be immediately intimated by the Vice President in case of resignation of the President? So this has recently been asked in the Gujarat Public Service Commission exams, and the correct answer is Lok Sabha Speaker. So the Speaker of Lok Sabha must be immediately intimated in case of resignation of President. Who is empowered to commute the sentences awarded by court-martial? So as you might know, the civil courts, the normal courts, judiciary that we see, high courts, supreme courts, they do not hear the appeals to the court-martial or the decisions of the court-martial. That is by a military tribunal, and it is also appealed to only a higher military tribunal, and that is called the Armed Forces Tribunal, the AFT. So only the president, as the supreme commander of the Indian Armed Forces, can commute the sentences awarded by the court-martial. Due process of law concept is a feature of constitution of which country? So it's not UK, it's not Japan, it's not Canada, it is USA. Moving on. Procedure established by law is a feature of the Constitution of Australia, USA, UK, Japan. The correct answer is Japan. So we must note the difference here, that due process of law is from USA and procedure established by law is from Japan. Moving on. The advice of Council of Ministers has been made binding on the President as per which Constitutional Amendment Act? This is Constitutional Amendment Act. Okay. So the correct answer is 42nd Amendment Act of 1976, also known as the Mini Constitution. Moving on. Who administers the oath of office to the President in absence of the Chief Justice of India? So, in absence of Chief Justice, the senior most judge of Supreme Court will administer the oath of office. The term of office of the Attorney General is, well, there's the convention that each new government which forms at the center appoints their own Attorney General. So, when the government is resigning or when the Lok Sabha is dissolved for fresh general elections, the convention is that the Attorney General is going to resign and new Attorney General will be appointed by the new government. So he serves at the pleasure of the President in the term of the present government, because they are the ones who advise the President to appoint him. So the correct answer is no fixed term. So yes, the term of the office of the governor is 5 years, but he may be removed by the President as he serves at the pleasure of the President. Many times a new government forms at the center and we see that they have asked all the governors to resign and then they appoint their own governors, the ones who are favorable to them or the ones who they want to appoint. Moving on, which of the following article deals with the impeachment of president? So the impeachment is referred to in Article 61. Moving on, who issues the terms of reference for the Finance Commission to adhere to? So the current Finance Commission is the 15th Finance Commission, whose recommendations will be applicable from 2020 to 2025, and they are appointed by the President, and the terms of reference are also issued by the President on the advice of the government. Principles of economic justice is mentioned as one of the objectives in the directive principle of state policy and preamble. Preamble says we have to have social, economical and political justice. DPSP says somewhat the same thing. Which emergency has never been imposed in India? The financial emergency has never been imposed in India. National emergency, as we see, has already been imposed at the time of wars, and also Indira Gandhi has also imposed it in her time during her government. And the state emergency, as you see so often imposed in Jharkhand or Jammu Kashmir many times. Which institution has been visualized by the Constitution to be the watchdog of merit system in India? So UPSC, as the recruiter of the highest level of government exams, is the watchdog of merit system in India. The 15th Finance Commission will follow which census as per terms of reference issued? So earlier we were following census 1971 data, but now this time it has been decided to follow census 2011 data. So this was the last question, and I hope this helped you. And do share this video with all your friends who are preparing for any kind of exams which require GK preparation. And these polity videos are sure to help them. Please let us know what are your views, what are your recommendations regarding this video, how do you find them, are they informative, what more would you like us to add, and do comment down below. Like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best for your preparations.